Hey everyone, Nubkeks here. Welcome back to the Road to Grandmaster. Our third attempt. Third time lucky, guys. Get hyped. Third attempt to go up to D1. It's taken a while. Our normal luck going from Diamond to Masters is for this season, for some reason, been applying in the promo games from D2 to D1. But maybe we can change here. I don't know. We shall see how things go. First pick Vala. Not too shabby, though I screwed up the chat thing. Anyway, Battlefield of Eternity, pretty good map. Ah, yes, I do remember the start of this, and I want to talk about this. So, Monster War here, our player, is saying, to ban Sylvanas. I've seen this come up a lot in these Diamond videos, this obsession with banning Sylvanas. I think people have for whatever reason, this really bad perception of how good Sylvanas actually is. She is good, but she's not anywhere near as good as they seem to think she is. If I get the statistics for this up at the moment, you see the enemy team is, by the way, banning first, so you don't have to deal with that quite yet. But in terms of Battlefield of Eternity, right, let's see, some heroes that actually have, at master level, some heroes have a reasonable number of games. Okay, so Sergeant Hammer, 62% win rate, Artanis, basically a 60% win rate. Who else has a fair few games? Kelth is actually doing really well in this map at the moment. We'll come back to that later. Oriel's got a good win rate. Varian actually has got a pretty good win rate at the moment, which is strange. Zarya, Lunara, Zebo, E.T.C, Vala, Thrall. Fairly standard stuff. So bear in mind, like, the top win rate guys on this map are like around 60% win rate at Masters. Sylvanas, scrolling down. 47% win rate. Now, she has dropped off 6%. So she was at about 53% win rate before, but 53% win rate at Masters, right? It's just it's just okay. It's not good. It's nothing special. But hilariously, with this 47% win rate, putting her in like the bottom 15 heroes in the entire map, she has an 85% popularity. She's chosen all the time here, and she performs really just not that well. She's really overrated on this particular map. I think it's important to point that out. Anyway, here you can see I actually did a bit of a strange ban. I banned out the Alarak. Why did I ban out that? What's going on? Well, it's because this Kira player on the enemy team have played with this player before a couple of times, I think. And he's a very good player. And Alarak is kind of like his main hero. But kind of unusually, I'm not sure about the account. Like, potentially there's some like account sharing going on. I don't know exactly. I don't know. But I did check, and it is the one who actually is good. So the Alarak ban actually turned out to be a good ban. I've kind of come around a little bit to Alarak on this map. I think he's actually okay. Someone pointed out, like, he's not too bad at racing the Immortal. But anyway, I was considering what to ban here. I was looking at Rhaegar, and I said, hey, hang on a second. Maybe Karazim? And I decided I'll just ban out Malfurion just to be safe. If we look at the enemy's team, they are running Sylvanas and Li Meng as their damage. They don't actually have a good Rhaegar team at all. And in fact, they're the ones who ban Rhaegar out. They don't want us to get Rhaegar. They're more scared of what we might create. Now, I'd say that we don't have a particularly good Rhaegar team either, because we've got a Kelthus. But, with the Thrall and the E.T.C pick, Rhaegar would have actually been pretty good for us in the end. So it's a pretty good ban from them. But yeah, I kind of just stopped myself and went, hey, hang on a second. Look at their team. They've got two heroes that just don't go well. Rhaegar, Varian, sure. But one hero is not enough. And if Varian goes tank, then they'd only have one damage dealer who would potentially be good with Rhaegar. So not enough. They actually pick up Dahaka here. I'm not sure about Dahaka on this map. He's probably okay-ish, but definitely not his best map. The global presence doesn't suit him as well as it would on other battlegrounds. Worth saying, okay, in terms of Battlefield of Eternity, right? So Vala is very good because you can do the Q build and is really good at killing Immortals. Li Meng is also good because she's got that long range poke. She can go Seeker build and be very good against Immortals. Then my team finishes off with Oreo, as I like to say. I think it's a decent-ish choice. They don't have super good damage dealers to power her up, but considering the stuff that was removed, it's not terrible. It also gives them some burst healing to protect against the Kelthus, which is not too shabby. But here we go. We're going into this game. I do want to mention Kelthus. Kelthis, for some reason, does have a very high win rate on this map, which somewhat baffles me. I think that the main reason is, well, I think there's going to be some things to do with the meta, with the types of heroes that are picked right now. I don't want to get into that because it's too complicated. I haven't had time to think about it properly. I think another big part, actually, when I sat down and looked at it, was that the convection talent at level 1, which is your flame strike talent, it stacks up. You need to hit 20 heroes, and then you get a whole ton of bonus damage, but if you die, you lose your progress. I think it actually probably works very well in Battlefield of Eternity, because you've got a pretty safe 4-man lane to stack up against. You don't have to worry about ganks or rotations. And then it's also fairly obvious where people are and where they're moving during the middle phase as well. It's, you know, Battlefield of Eternity is a pretty simple map compared to many of the others. I think that actually plays a big role. I think you can actually finish Convection pretty easily here. It's actually pretty safe to finish that quest. Much easier than on other maps. And I think that's a big part of why Kelthis does pretty well here. But anyway, there you go. That's what I think about that. By the way, this is important. You know, letting my teammates know, be careful of the Sylvanas push at 1. This is something I find myself, is something I would forget or ignore, especially after playing a bunch of games. I'd just be kind of like spaced out or tabbed out, checking Facebook or something, so I would be worried about that. Yes, that big freeze you saw right there is literally my game being shit. And my computer being shit. You can see him just kind of like swinging stuff around trying to test that out. But yeah, that's not a problem with your YouTube or your computer. No, that's all me. Level 1, I did pick up a block party. I think. Did I? I think so. Once again, the game is freezing up. I'll double check that when we come out of this. I'm pretty sure I picked up block party. But as you can see, having a lot of massive frame rate problems. Huge frame rate problems. You just get clocked by the Li Ming thing because of that. So as you can see, I'm just positioning really defensively now at this stage. I'm kind of going, I would like to be doing more. I'd love to be more aggressive. Look for maybe a combo with the KT, get an early kill. But realistically, that's just not going to happen with how I'm performing right now. Now, that being said, I am going for a bit of a flank here. All right, Varian has moved out of the brush. That means we can move in. Hey, Li Ming, nice to meet you. Knock her back, do some damage. We get knocked back by the Oriole. Nothing too much happens in the end. But everyone walks away pretty much full HP, but I suppose it used up some of the Oriole's energy. And got Kelthis some stacks for his quest, so that's not too shabby. Should be an Immortal starting soon, so we'll have to pay attention to that. He's taking a peek towards Thrall, seeing what's happening with him. And once again, just kind of lurking in a brush, looking for any roams, looking for any overextensions or stuff that we can punish. And just making it rather difficult for the enemy team to actually push up in this lane, which is something that's actually valuable to do. Won't get any credit for it in a MVP screen or anything like that, but it can be pretty valuable to do. Yeah, you can see the block thing, so I picked up block just against Varian, just to be sure. That was almost risky. We almost got stunned into that. Looking for a stun on Li Ming and completely screwed up. This could be me going down here. Get knocked back by the Oriole, actually. Thank you very much. That's going to help me survive. Nice flank from the Thrall. Getting some good damage down on Varian. We're looking for a follow-up, but we have called for backup and to retreat. But yeah, using our... this is an important thing to do in E.T.C. E.T.C is really good in this map. Your trait gives you so much immortal killing power. Basically, it gives 20% attack speed to allied heroes. So if you look at that, that's 20% more basic attack damage from potentially our whole team, which is an absolutely huge deal. So we want to be using our E on cooldown to do that, and then probably mix in the W to just maintain that buff maximum uptime. You can see the little timer for that in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. So it's pretty easy these days to maintain kind of maximum uptime on that. Level 4, I did decide to grab Speed Medal, which means that our Rockstar is also going to give a 10% move speed buff. So just a little bit extra move speed for the teammates. I figure that's a pretty good thing to do, just to help, myself and Thrall kind of getting in there and doing some damage to help our other teammates escape. Just that bit of extra mobility. Battle's gone pretty low. We need to be careful about that. We do get a stun on the Dahaka, and that's another Q stack for the Kelthis, so that's pretty good. Once again, looking to kind of aggressively move in and catch anyone out. For example, I wanted to catch the Dahaka there, but I screwed it up. Our aim's been a little bit dodgy, especially, I think, just not in this game, but in just recent games. Skill shot's not been ideal. Definitely not on point at the moment, but we'll try to improve that. Lack of sleep, apparently, is the issue. So we won the first Immortal pretty nicely, actually. We should be winning, I would say, these Immortals. Certainly early on, the Sylvanas will not be good against Immortals until she gets level 7. That's a very good polymorph. That's a very good polymorph. We don't have a stun to follow up. We can finish her off with some. Nope, never mind. No, yeah, no, she did go down. Ooh, I'm not sure what did she die from there. That was weird. I'm not sure entirely what she died from. I wasn't fully paying attention. It looked like it was going to be enough heals from the healing fountain. Potentially there's a living bomb in there or something. I'm not sure. But she did go down, so that's actually good. And we did survive, so that's pretty good. Kelthus, I'm at 100% health and 9% mana. Poor guy. Poor guy. Anyway, this is a good time to start taking these siege camps. Looking for maybe a gank down bottom lane. We've spotted that someone was out of position here. Yeah, this Dahaka, maybe not paying super attention. We can make something happen. Roaming down to this siege camp. Alright, they know we're here. But will they be able to do anything about it? Not sure. Pick up Echo Pedal. Now this becomes somewhat risky. You'd probably like Thrall to come down and help us out right here, right now. The enemy team has taken the Bruiser camp. They know we're down here. They could rotate down and take it. They can see our other heroes are up top. But we can also see in the map now that they have actually rotated up top instead. And that's actually good for us. We're more than happy for multiple heroes to be fighting in top lane right now. Because that means that our heroes will be in a position to start taking out that Bruiser camp. They might be having a bit of trouble with it though. Thrall's gone onto the Bruiser camp, which is bad now. This is way too late. So this is a big mistake. Like, look at this. He's going to be low health. This is not going to be done by the time the Immortal is up. So we got to come over and help Thrall. Going to help him kill it as quick as possible. And at this stage, the Immortal is almost done. So we lose out almost an entire phase because of that, which is a big problem. And this actually makes this really difficult now, because our Immortal's really low on life, and they've got a Sylvanas, so that's not good. We're really supposed to win against Sylvanas Varian. Let's see how it goes. This is a very good Immortal spawn for us, though. Get a stun on the Haka, knock him back for what that's worth. The root does miss, unfortunately. He is going pretty low, though. Turn around and start focusing on the Varian a little bit. Vala is working on the Immortal. Get a nice stun there against the enemy team, knock them back just to disrupt them as well. I'm going pretty low. Decent cleanse so we don't get slowed, we get the full move speed, and we're able to run away. I'm staying pretty near my team. I don't really have anything to worry about here, actually. We can dodge the Li Ming stuff, no problem. Just going to stay with my team, spreading those block stacks, spreading the move speed bonuses. Vala going very low. She did get the Immortal very low, though, so even if we do lose this one, it's not the end of the world, so that's good. The phase actually worked out pretty well. It was a bit dodgy for quite a while there, but it worked out decently in the end. We'll see how things go, though. Vala has Hearthstone back, so there's 4 of us running in defense. Fairy went in pretty deep. And we're just counting our cooldowns here. Knocking the Dahaka back. He gets rooted in, gets hit by Kelthus. He's going very low. I'm just tanking these guys off to the side. Stun that Varian. Oh, he's going to get stunned into the Immortal as well. That should be a dead Varian. Yes, it is. Nicely done. Knockback Sylvanas. Went too ham though, got stunned and paid the price. Just got a bit too greedy there at the end. But yeah, you can see like it's a huge part of how you play E.T.C. It's going to be counting your cooldowns. I'm paying a lot of attention to your cooldowns. For the most part, that's in a team fight, for the most part, you're just spamming your E. You don't really need to worry about your E too much, but your Q and your W are both big playmaking abilities. So you want to be always paying attention to them. Your Q can be used to stun, to reposition, to escape, to engage, and then your W can knock people out of position. It's really good. Vala went way too ham and did get killed. She just got greedy. Definitely spotting the low health Immortal and just going way too aggressively and paying the price for it. Trying to stun this Varian, just get him out. Varian's going really deep. Actually, Dahaka flanking from the back. We're going to finish off Varian, so that's something. We do lose the Immortal though. They just, you know, with Vala being dead, they just went super ham for the purpose of stealing that. There you go, you see Power Slide to escape, which is alright. But yeah, Vala got greedy. She got greedy. She saw the low health Immortal and she did something real dumb, which was just dive it. And it was a bad idea. We weren't in position. All she had to do was wait, you know, 10 seconds more until I got there. We could have pushed in as a team and taken it out. So we do have Sylvanas with an Immortal, which is never what you want to see. Luckily, we are hitting level 10 at the same time as the enemy team. You can see here, I'm intending now to pick Stage Dive. I thought it was going to be a Mosh Pit game, but picking Stage Dive. And look at this, so important. I'm just watching the enemy team. I don't need to pay attention to the Merc Wave. I'm able to just look at the enemy team. Stage Dive in on top of them, catch the Sylvanas out of position. Move in, knock Varian back. Dahaka's gone low as well. We get taunted. It is a taunt Varian and Dahaka both go down. We're running in now. We've got Parasite in a second. There it goes. Parasite is coming up. We've got W coming up as well. We knock Oriel back, which knocks her away from her fort. Unfortunately knocked her out of Kelthus damage, so it didn't synergize too well, but it did help secure the kill nonetheless, and that is a pretty big deal. So that went very well for us. Yeah, I felt like That's a very good stage dive to open it up. But yeah, it's like good call again by the teammates. I didn't mention that in the chat right there, but whoever it was, I can't remember now, but saying like, hey, Sylvanas, we should all defend its 5. That's a really good call. Again, something that you could forget. I did just kind of adjust my talent build on the fly in this particular game, honestly. I just kind of saw like, oh, hang on a second. The way we're positioned, this is actually working out really well for me to soak top lane, get us 10, and then stage dive in. So that's what I did, and it worked out pretty well. Yeah, I was thinking Mosh Pit. Especially with Disintegrate Li Ming, Mosh Pit would be fairly reasonable. But this is fine. They've got Oreo, so that's a pretty easy interrupt. And they've got Sylvanas Wailing Arrow. They've got multiple ways to interrupt Mosh Pit. So stage dive should be pretty handy. Rotate up top, help defend against the Sylvanas, who is being a problem. She knows what's up, but she's backing away. She knows she's overextended. So this would be a decent time to potentially take out this Bruiser camp. It'll be a little bit early, but there's nothing... Oh no, it's never mind. Excuse me, I wasn't paying attention properly. It's not early at all. We're actually bang on time. In fact, everyone else is late. Haha. Go us. The enemy team also on point taking their Bruiser camp. Looks like we won't be too far behind. Avala is being slow getting here from the bottom lane, which is a problem. There's nothing in bottom lane for her to do. Decent stun on the Sylvanas. She doesn't quite get stunned, unfortunately, by the Immortal, but it was close. Vala has arrived, so now this fight is going to go more in our favor. Looking for a good engage here. Look at this. Back off. Stage dive on top of the enemy team. Come through, stun the Varian. Knock him back as well. He's still in the Earthquake. And then we run out with that move speed and just barely make it out. But this is really important, actually. It was a bit of a theme in this game, was... using stage dive even within team fights. I think the last few replay I did was about Brightwing, and I think in this it actually shows a couple of really good things here already that came up in that Brightwing video, and that even I think kind of came up in a couple of recent videos as well. Yeah, I was criticizing Brightwing, I think in our last Diablo game, but you could see, for example, when we were picking that level 10, okay, we know everything that's happening in the game is happening in the bottom of the map. There's nothing important happening in that top lane. So I know, I'm just soaking the minion wave. I don't have to look. And you could see that. You could very visibly see my camera was just simply down on the team fight, on where we needed to go. Basically on the important thing. I don't need to look at the minion wave. The minion wave doesn't do anything. I need to look at the enemy team. So while we're getting ready for the stage dive, that's a very bad power slide. Kind of panicking here as our teammates were kind of committing to a fight, which I hadn't actually noticed, unfortunately, which was kind of bad. Just kind of oversight by me. We get stunned. This might be us going down. Yeah, this is us going down. Nice stun lock. But I feel like maybe a bit overcommitting. I wasn't super paying attention there, unfortunately. I feel like we got the enemy team really low, and that someone chased... I think someone chased someone on like 1 HP. And we probably could have done that, or we could have turned around and fought the Immortal. Difficult to say. But yeah, another thing is also using globals even within team fights. Right? Your globals aren't just for traversing, you know, the entire map, which they can definitely do. They're for more than that. They're also for, you know, you can use them within a team fight. I think I do it a couple of times within this game. It's like engage with E.T.C, back off, and then go back in. So for example, here we're using global for the global, and that's good. Knocking Oreo back into the Earthquake. Varian goes down. This Dahaka should die soon as well. Actually, that might proc. No, never mind. He just died. That's good. And then some classic E.T.C things there as well. Counting the cooldowns, looking at the positioning of the enemy team, we had their 2 damage dealers, Sylvanas and Li Ming, off during down that choke point. So what I was able to do is walk up, knock them back with W, and then power slide away, because I knew the cooldowns were coming up and that it would be safe to do so. We come down and we burn down the Immortal, just about win this one. Pretty close round, all things considered. This stage I'm going to join in with my teammates. I could potentially actually go up top and split push against the Sylvanas, but it's not too important, honestly. That fort's gonna die no matter what, so it wouldn't really prevent too much. I think we just want to group up and make the most we can out of this. Here the Hakkasan just scouting it out, seeing is he looking for a flank. Probably not. They're probably just giving this up for the sake of Sylvanas. What this does mean though is that we can gank pretty aggressively. Alright, so they back off. They know what's up. But there's a potential situation there where they would overextend to defend the fort. I'm not recognizing that Sylvanas wasn't there. So actually a pretty good move from the Sylvanas, getting something out of that. But it means that we've got this Immortal fairly far forwards. and still has a decent amount of life. Get a stun on the Dahaka, that's pretty good. Knock him back, he gets stunned some more, and Dahaka goes down, that's pretty huge. Get hit by a whole chunk of damage. I'm backing off, but getting ready and stage diving in once again. We're going in right on top, and kaboom! Nuclear explosion! Oh, they explode. Sylvanas goes down as well, turning around to focus on her. That was awesome. I was so happy about that one. We've had some very good stage dives this game. The stage dives are really working out very well. But once again, you can see that we went in, we used our abilities, we got some stunts off. We're playing a very hit and run E.T.C in this game. Very like Yakuza. Does Yakuza do a lot of hit and runs? Very Mafia? I don't know. What gang would be known for hit and runs? Are any gangs known for hit and runs? I don't know. But we're a hit and run cow this game. Kind of dipping in, using our abilities, and then kind of backing off. Kind of responding to the fairly burst heavy team the enemy team has with, you know, the Varian, the Dahaka, the Li Ming. They got a lot of pick potential, so we're just kind of using our mobility to kind of just dodge around their team quite a lot, and it's working out pretty well. Going in for the initial stun, backing off, healing up a bit, getting Brightwing to heal us a bit, and then stage diving back in for another round of CC. It's working out very nicely. Hello friends. They're scared. We got cleansed out of that, which is okay. He's on point with the cleanses. I have to say, this Brightwing was really on point, I feel. No, the cleanse wasn't necessary, but, you know, it's good that he is there and cleansing. Phoenix actually coming out, takes down the tower. Gonna do some damage to this fort as well. And the Li Ming. We're not really looking to push in. Okay, never mind. They're engaging, so now we are. Nice, knock him back into the earthquake. That's pretty damn good for us. Gonna stage dive in on top once again. Get them caught, get them slowed down. And looking to dive this. Now, as you can see, my computer is seizing up once again, some like frame rate chunking. So I decided to just go for the safe play and chase the Oriole instead of going for the Sylvanas right there. Frame rate hitches being our nemesis. It's not the end of the world though. We kind of secure a fairly easy kill. I'm just gonna zone them out at this point. Just make sure that they're not going to take anything on this Immortal. Brightwing is being our friend. Hey, friend. We're just chilling out here. Like, they've got Sylvanas and Li Ming do quite a lot of damage to that, and they're both very safe. They both have very good escapes. So just being sure. They didn't in the end go for it at all. They were too scared, which is good for us. Taking unnecessary stun, like a boss. I'm just saving my mana at this stage. We're not, like, pumping out maximum Rockstar uptime because it just doesn't seem like there's any point. Hello, Varian friend. Looking for the stun. Sylvanas didn't get it, but we'll take the stun on the Varian. Varian's going very low. Actually gets saved by the Oriole, but it might not be enough. Thrall is moving in, going down to half-life, but he does pick up the kill, which is very nice indeed, and that is great for us. Varian is dead for this phase. I'm lurking off to the side. Li Ming knows where I am, though. She knows where I am. But yeah, I'm lurking, just watching out for any flanks. I'm getting ready for a flank of my own, basically. Come from an unexpected angle. Dahaka spots me, he does get out, takes a lot of damage in return though. Takes a lot of damage in return. Brightwing is healing us up, which is very nice. Thank you very much. And we're back up to a pretty healthy amount of health. In fact, we're back up to full health, so that's great. Stage dive in. They're missing Varian, this is a great opportunity. That one wasn't as good as the other ones. We didn't actually catch anyone, but it does drive them off and ensures that the Immortal does take out that keep. It's still on shields as well, which is really nice. Coming in here, taking some hits, but Brightwing is keeping us alive. Very nice work by Brightwing, getting that shield dust on us and getting some heals. We're able to disengage and then come back in for a re-engage. Thrall's in a bit of problem, but we move forward. We get a double stun with a power slide. We get double kills as the damage follows up. Very nice indeed. Grab Storm Shield down. We just hit level 20. That's going to ensure that we take out this fort, the core, no matter what. And GG, good game. Very happy with that game overall. Some of the power slides a bit dodgy, but I think that was a really good example of how to use stage dive to max potential, even in a non-global sort of situation. Kael'thas has got MVP. I know, personally, slightly biased here, but personally I would have given the MVP to me with those stage dives. I thought they were epically good. I would also probably runner-up. I would have given my MVP to Brightwing. I thought our Brightwing did a really good job in this game. Like, I was just able to play a super aggressive E.T.C. and not be worried. I always felt that, like, hey, this Brightwing is going to have my back, which is not something I would normally say about diamond level play. Not something I'd say about diamond level play at all. But he did an epically good job. You could see the Oriole's healing was crap because she didn't have anyone to actually provide the damage for her in the end. It didn't work out. So that ended up being a bad call. I think Brightwing had something like 3 times the amount of healing, which is nuts. But yeah, like I felt that the Brightwing did a really good job. I was able to play aggressively. I felt like, hey, I would be able to go in and that I would be protected. Brightwing was going to be there, positioning well and ready to, to cleanse me if needed, to give me a shield dust, the pixie dust I mean, and with the shield dust upgrade, even blink heal and give me a bit of spot healing when needed. And again, I do love blink heal on Brightwing, and definitely the appropriate choice here. I feel like Emerald Wind gets overpicked, which yeah, I thought that Brightwing played really, really well, and then our team played well, and the Kelthis did a really good job too. I do think part of that is that, myself and Brightwing really enabled him very much, and it was a great, actually, they drafted very poorly into a Kelthis. They didn't have anything that could actually attack him. He was very safe in setting up his abilities, Varian and the Haka. They're very walky tanks. They're kind of like walking around, and he could hit them quite easily and do a lot of damage. And then, Li Ming and Sylvanas, they're fairly low damage overall from the backline and no threat to him. So that's part of why he got MVP. It's one of those things where he did play very well, to be fair. And that's the thing. I don't know. But I feel like I would say that myself and the Brightwing, we did probably set it up a bit more. If we hadn't played as well as we had, and then us enhancing each other also enhance the damage dealers and let them do their thing. I don't know. That's it's blowing my own horn a bit too much, I guess. But yeah, it was a good game. We got up to Diamond 1 finally. It took long. I feel like it took a little bit longer this season than last season, which is unfortunate. But anyway, we are D1 now, and we will be proceeding in D1. Next up, hopefully, will be the promotion to Masters. Just our luck to lose like 3-4 games. I think we need to lose 4 games in a row to demote again because we got a big personal adjustment. But that's okay. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you all next time for more Heroes of the Storm. Bye-bye.